Hi, welcome to Series 2 of Bounty of the Week for a few more credits more. Session 1. We have lost one of our hunters, but we have gained a new one. It's almost like when you lose a droid, you can just get a new one off the factory line. So that would be, anyways, we're going to go around and do a very quick intro of our characters, and then we'll go establish some histories between our hunters and our new compatriot. And and then we will add something to the ship. And so let us kick off. And I'm going to do it in reverse character keeper order this time, and start off with Rich.
Hey, I'm Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and I am playing tags. We can see here a Twi'lek. I am using the Scoundrel playbook, which is just a light reskin of the Crooked from Monster of the Week. She's a crack pilot and also a little bit of a pickpocket, which is one of those moves I've never used, but I'm going to. I'm just saying it out loud now so I remember. She's got a speeder bike, and she completed her drive, so she has a club as well here on the station that hasn't been named, and I think it's like beta opening, like we're just a few special select invites. It's not open yet, but yeah, it'll be a nightclub of some kind that she's very
maybe you
about.
even like your staff was actually borrowed off your friends for the first opening, much, right?
Yeah. It's not good.
And I hate to remind you, you don't have a speeder bike.
Damn it.
Wait, I
thought I have a slagged speeder bike. That's right.
You have a speeder limo.
I do have a speeder limo, but I also have a speeder bike, but I think it got slagged, right?
It got
destroyed. That's right.
It got thrown off. It didn't. Right. Something that we haven't explored is that there is a difference between damaged and destroyed, and I think falling off a bridge across a chasm while a ship crash lands on top of you counts as destroyed.
It's true.
Shouldn't lend your bike to Hela apparently. But anyways, I digress too long. So let's turn over to the person who lost said speeder bike, Anders.
Yes, I'm Anders, he, him. I'm playing Hela Bain, she, her. She is the expert, the techie, the girl with all the guns, I guess, is, and the back to tank. I don't know what more to say about her. She's a bit grumpy. I just realized that I never took the advance I was supposed to take, so I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, well, you can do that at any time. You can bank it until you can declare it in the moment. There's no leveling up. It's like Monster of the Week. You just take it when you want to take it. Just keep track of that. What a couple of things I would add about Hela is that, like you say, she's an engineer. She has a burgeoning romance with the Scoundrel of the team, and she has in the past crossed the criminal organization known as Black Sun by taking work from them and then essentially going back on her word with them because she found out that they were Black Sun. So there we go.
It's not into slavery.
Not into slavery. No, it's good, really. I'm not sure how I'd go with a PC who was into slavery. Probably kill them off pretty quickly. But yeah, next character. We have our new character. Paul, if you'd like to take it away.
Hello, I'm Paul, he, him, and the character I'm playing is 3DO, the droid. 3DO is an assassin droid, found recently, long buried in a faraway outer rim planet. Is basically his backstory. Good with guns. Good with doing damage.
Good with doing damage. Nice. I like it. We will then ask you, I'm going to ask you some of those questions when we come back around again to do histories. But then finally, let us go to Quake. Sabine, even.
Yes, right. I must try to find my unmute button. Hi, I'm Sabine. I use I pronouns. I'm playing Quake, who uses he, him pronouns. Quake, as an old clone, uses the, what's the name of the playbook? This is the Asian playbook, which is a reskin of the professional playbook. He is a member of this organization called the Unbound. They're bounty hunters, mercenaries, some say pirates, which is gross slander, of course. They don't like slavery. They also don't like the Black Sun. And in the past, and we've reskinned this drive a little. In the past, he had a friend of his stole something from Pandit Morg, the Black Sun force sensitive Trandoshan bad guy, and now Pandit Morg's looking for her, but Quake doesn't want to tell him who she is and where she is. I mean, he doesn't precisely know where she is, but he doesn't want to tell him who she is, and maybe wants to let him believe that he knows more about that. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So in between sessions, me and Sabine talked about some of the Pandit Morg backstory, and yeah, it turns out that you know, Pandit Morg something was stolen from him, and Quake is essentially his only lead, and Quake is protecting the person who stole it, which is why Pandit Morg and Quake are at loggerheads. There must be a Star Wars term for loggerheads. I don't know, Spacewood or something. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, let us now. I'm going to ask Paul some questions about. You were created to serve a specific function. Pick one. We know that that's assassin droid, right? You are muted. You are muted.
Yes, specifically, I was created by Samjar Doe to assassinate his arch rival, Mictoni Severix.
Nice.
After completing the mission, I was buried alive. Well, not really alive. I was just buried when Samjar Doe dropped an orbital strike on the mission location.
Oh, so you're like a deniable asset.
Mm.
Like, yeah, nice. I like it. And is Samjar Doe Imperial, crime lord, pirate? New
Imperial.
Republic, Imperial. Nice. Oh, maybe Mictoni Severix was a Imperial as well.
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
internal.
I like that. And well, now we know why you weren't.
Well, is it interesting that if the person that was assassinated was Imperial, or is it more interesting if that person assassinated was not an Imperial?
An Imperial killing an Imperial seems more interesting to me than an Imperial killing somebody else, because Imperials kill other people all the time, but when Imperials kill other Imperials, then it's a thing to cover up and be secret.
All right.
Yeah. I feel like I'm talking to the worst spy. Yeah. What would you prefer? What do you think would be more interesting in that sense, Rich?
I was just throwing out the idea that, like, if that were a rebel or somebody who's in the New Republic, what became the New Republic, then that could be problematic for the team. But an assassin who killed an Imperial also is a lot more palatable. So
hey, it occurs to me now that I have an opportunity to offer you an Imperial bounty that you may take because it's against another Imperial, right? Which I think would be an interesting dynamic to have.
True.
Imperials have all the credits. Anyways, digressing as I do tend to. We know why you are no longer serving that function, but you were buried for many years. Who found you? Paul.
Sorry, mate. You sort of jarred. It's my internet, not yours, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. It says you were buried for many years. Who found you?
I think I was found by. I'm more than happy for another PC to be found by. To be honest, that seems okay. Yeah. I think. How about Hella?
Sure. I've picked up droids before. Sounds fun.
Yeah. So found by Hella. I think that fits quite well.
Okay, nice. Found by Hella. And yeah, she just keeps finding droids in the trash piles. But to be fair, once you found one, it seems like it'd be a good bet to keep finding more, wouldn't it? You know. And so I guess that can well, let's do some histories now. So Paul, would you like to throw any of your histories out, as we've already got you a found by Hella? I mean, how long ago do you think this was that you were found by Hella? It could be literally like you were found in between sessions, right? But if there's any histories that people want to do in between.
Yeah, clearly it's quite hard with a buried droid. You know, so I think the history needs to be reasonably recent.
Well, there's been
we're all the
X amount of time between last session and this session, you know. We are sometime later.
We do like an X amount of time. Where are all these histories located?
Oh, if you hover over the notes on the history thing on row 37. And of course, you can always just make one up if none of them grab you.
Oh, okay, the hunter is the first one who treats you like a person instead of a thing. So let's go for Quake. Ask them what you did that made them think of you that way. So Quake, why did you start treating me like a person rather than just a thing?
Do we have a name?
3DO.
Oh, so you just use your designation, so that would not be it. I think it's probably because of the trench coat and the hat, because that is not something a droid would ordinarily.
You're thinking of blocks, Sabine.
No, I'm not thinking of blocks. I'm thinking of this one because he has trench coat and hat. And
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. He does not.
Go look on.
Oh no, you're right. You do. I apologize. It's in
You
the
do?
You do, yeah.
What is
What are the
this?
odds?
Is weird. Okay,
Well,
sorry
I
about
don't
that.
know anything about the previous character. But,
No, I apologize.
You've
No,
got to have a
it's
droid in trench
fine.
coat. And
That's
Well,
not me doing the X, by
yes.
the way. That's me crossing my streams. I apologize. That's my bad. My bad entirely.
It's
Okay,
fine.
yeah,
I
I
just saw
didn't
that.
realize that. I apologize as well. Yeah.
Well,
sorry.
I didn't see it, and I thought, okay.
I was just looking
but
at the
that makes
picture,
for
so.
a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes for
Yeah.
a good reason to treat you like a person, because you're wearing stuff that a droid doesn't need to wear, right?
Nice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm
writing it
typing
down.
Oh, okay. Cool. I wasn't sure.
all good. So I think we've got one with
also
Hella.
another question. One
Yeah, go ahead.
question that I would have back. Will you let me decorate your chassis? Just a little, just some touches, shadows and stuff like that, because quite likes to paint things. And droids aren't clearly things, so would ask, but
As long as it's not garish colours, yes, that's fine.
no,
You know,
wouldn't be. You get to choose what you want to have, but that will make him treat you like a person. Sure.
yeah, sure. Yeah, a custom paint job sounds good.
Oh, nice. I like it. Almost like a you know what I mean? Like a uniform or whatever kind of costume, like brigade colors or something, like slightly, very, very slightly, not really, but yeah. Anyways, now I suppose my other question is, does anyone have any histories that they want to throw out too? You know, because you guys have all got ones to throw out the other way. So
Yeah. Some of mine are
Frito.
like you're a relative of so and so. I was just looking at them. Not many I could always go with this hunter doesn't quite get it yet. You look out for them, because that was what I used for blocks and seemed appropriate.
Yeah.
Unless you had one, Paul, that you wanted to apply back to tags, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, I could always go with tags makes me feel a bit suspicious. What makes me feel that way?
Yeah. Well, I'm in bed with the Hut Cartel, though I
Okay.
do deny it. But it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm going with that. Type it in now.
Cool.
Nice. And that is a link between everyone and Thredo. Does Thredo work as like the droid name? Or
3DO.
3DO.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, as in Heroes of Might and Magic developers.
Oh,
3DO.
good lord, that's a.
I'm so glad you knew that, because I was like, does Paul know that was a yay? Now I'm very
And
happy.
that just the opening scene, 3DO.
Yeah.
I only ever played it on the Game Boy, so yeah. Okay. I think we've got some histories there. You're an assassin droid making your way in the world as a bounty hunter. You know, a space has opened up on the Bright Beauty, and feeling some sort of nostalgia for their previous droids. You've been invited on the crew, and you settled in without much of the sort of suspicion and hostility that met the first one. That is like a natural character arc growth right there, isn't it? That the next droid that comes onto the ship has a slightly easier time with it than the first droid that came onto the ship, just because of the thing. Nice. So I can't remember, Paul, have you played much of Monster of the Week? I know you've played loads of the Jotunward, which is kind of the same thing.
No, to be honest, I haven't played a lot of Monster of the Week, but hey, you know, it's roll 2d6. What can go wrong?
Yeah. So this is very, very similar to Monster of the Week, and much of the, you know, the original chassis of Jotunward before it got more and more away from that one. In fact, I'd say it sticks much closer to the original Monster of the Week than Jotunward does. The major thing that's a difference is that you get paid, basically, and you have credits. And credits are essentially how you heal, how you buy things, how you gain XP, or how you stack up the thing called your drive track, which is what we should actually define before we go any further. It's something that you can change, but there is a new move to the game called the payoff move, and essentially your drive is like your character's like side plot, like character arc, you know. So, you know, Hella's now buying a ship of her own. Tags is yet to define one because she opened a club. But, you know, you can define that as we go, Rich, if you don't have anything off the top of the dome.
Yeah, I had an idea, but I wanted to wait and let Paul introduce his character and see if there's anything we'd integrate, or, you know. So
yeah. So what is it that 3DO is saving up for? And again, we can always come back to it and rewrite it.
Yeah, well, I would like to deactivate the Cortex bomb in my cranium.
Ooh.
Someone read our drives in the sheet. Oh, Paul, yay.
I think that's a good one. That's a great one as well, because so I'm imagining that clearly, you know, the reason that the orbital strike was done to cover the tracks was because this didn't work originally, right? So it's there, but it's not like somebody could just press a button and blow you up, because otherwise they would have just done that one.
I don't think somebody could press the button.
Yeah, you don't think, but who knows why it didn't work in the first place, right? Like it could be just a bit of wiring that as soon as it touches, it's boom. Nice. And I guess my question is, does anybody else know about the Cortex bomb?
I think Hella does. Yeah, because that was my original sort of linchpin, why I wasn't to be sort of like sold or anything. Yeah, I threatened Hella with you know, ha ha ha, the Cortex bomb will go off, sort of thing. So I think on a deep scan, Hella knows that it's there, but it's pretty well shielded.
If you try fitting me with the restraining bolt meat bag, the Cortex bomb will explode. Yes. I love it. Very HK-47 vibes. Okay. Well, the other major difference between the original Monster of the Week is that we have a ship called the Bright Beauty over on the tab, the Bright Beauty ship. And the Bright Beauty is it's an alpha prototype of an Imperial officer's yacht that was never brought into full production due to the fall of the Empire. So it was basically sold off for cheap, and your crew is currently leasing it from the mercenary owners in Quake's Guild. So you have a nice fancy ship that you don't really own outright, but it's very conspicuous. It's unreliable because it was an alpha model and didn't have all of the stuff worked out of it. And it's rare parts because it was a bespoke model that doesn't have a factory line behind it. And essentially, all of these flaws and upgrades, flaws kind of inform like hard moves and soft moves that I make against you. And the upgrades inform the fiction and give you, may give you advantage on a dice roll. And they are also things that I can damage when it goes wrong. And would you like to choose what a free upgrade, Paul?
You can't go wrong with a bit of stealth.
Stealth. Nice. So if you'd like to choose, we'll choose that from the drop-down menu. And then if you'd like to put a bit of details on how that stealth works, like I won't make suggestions because I found that when I make suggestions, it just makes people choose immediately the thing that I've said rather than come up with their own one. But it could be anything, I can give suggestions if you like.
Let's try and pull in a bit of other sci-fi. Let's have a cloaking device.
They do exist in Star Wars.
Star Trek got there first.
They did. They're much
something that's small. Oh, amazing.
Wow. But keeping in the tone of Star Wars cloaking devices on something this small, the cloaking device is going to be, as I go over to the floors, unreliable.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. An experiment. One of the reasons is that it's an experimental design that requires special parts to this cloaking device, right? Perhaps a system that was previously bypassed, and 3DO is able to bring it back online after taking a look at having a quick chat with the ship systems. Cool. You also have escape pods. Your comm dish was damaged in the last one, so that will take another cred for you all to repair it. Should I just take that out of the pool that we established last time now and get it over with, to assume that that's what's been worked on? There we go, not damaged anymore. And there we go. So that was pretty quick, I thought. We went through all of the character creation, we've done the intros and the histories, we've done the ship. And now it comes to, we did downtime last time. Does anyone want to pursue a drive? Or did we do downtime last time?
We didn't do downtime last time.
No, we just did basic bookkeeping.
We just did basic bookkeeping, right? We didn't do downtime.
Well, then let's start off with downtime. This is a period of the game where you can spend your creds on drive and buy new gear and anything like that. And why don't I start off with Sabine? Is there anything that you would like to do?
Yeah, I fixed my armor. That's something I did, and I spent money for the ship, and now I've put one credit in drive, and I've put another one into XP, I guess. And maybe I'll throw one of them at the ship again, because that ship, I like that ship.
Do you like that ship?
I do like that ship, and it gets damaged a lot, so it always needs new parts. And if I to believe Hela, it always needs stuff and other stuff and expensive stuff, and I trust that she's right and she doesn't just spend it on luxury bathtubs or something like that. I don't know though.
So is it Delhar, the scavenger, the Jawa scavenger, who helps fix your armor, taking bits and pieces off?
Yeah. I mean, I think Quake has a reservoir of armor parts because that thing gets broken up a bit, but there are lots of dead clones lying around the galaxy. And if you find one of these places where they're still lying around, you can scavenge parts. Like maybe one with Delhar to do some bit of that because there is an old Clone Wars battlefield nearby and they went there.
Yeah, I think Delhar, we cut to Delhar rummaging through like rubble and like destroyed like battle droid tank kind of thing, long ago battlefield, and then coming up and then just bursting out the top of it like like a helmet kind of thing in his hands.
Yeah.
And then it looks, in fact, no, he pushes it out and it's a droid head, and Quake just shakes his head. Like, yeah.
Oh.
And then screen wipe.
Let's just take it to Hela for a gift. Just maybe she can scavenge something from that. Who knows?
A new droid friend. But yes.
Roger.
So I'm just making a quick note that you've spent a thing on a drive. I'll come back around to you and we can explore how what that looks like. I will go across to Thredo, who doesn't have any credits at the moment. So is limited in the downtime actions they can take. But if you had credits, what would you like to do, Paul? If there was anything in particular, or would you just like to? It's a bit of an odd point to throw you in, I think, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, well, drive, that's clearly a good place to park any spare credits.
Okay. It's sort of so the way I normally do this is that like if you spend a drive, then I do like a bit of fiction, and then we do like a roll to like investigate a quarry or read a bad situation or something to give a bit more like fictional like thing to it. But even without the credits, I'm going to give you, if you'd like to do a move like investigate somehow that you might, this Cortex bomb or something like that. You could roll investigate a quarry or read a bad situation or use tech, something like that, depending on your approach.
Yeah, I think I'm quite interested in who made it or where it was made. So let's try and sort of run through the BIOS. So I think a bit of tech investigation here. Try and get a lead, name of a company, something Carillion or.
I think that is investigate a quarry. You're just doing it via the whole logging it in. Yeah. So if you'd like to roll plus sharp.
Which I think I'm pretty terrible at. Yeah, but that's fine. Who doesn't like a bad roll? Couldn't get any worse, really. So that's 2.
Would you like to call for aid and somebody can help you?
That means divulging the Cortex bomb.
Well, I would say that the most obvious choice for somebody who's helping you trawl through your memories is the one who knows about the Cortex bomb.
Yeah, I think I can only call on the person that does know about it, really. So yeah, I think there's this big long line of codes going across the screen. I think I'll turn to Hela and say, assistance required. Assistance required. Interpret the meaning.
What is it now? You shouldn't go poking around in this. Who knows what'll happen?
Ha ha ha. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, I think you know that the bomb could blow up and you get destroyed and we all die somewhere out in cold space. But yeah, sure. I'll have a look.
Would you like to roll plus tech?
Yeah, I would. To die. The 9.
That's a 9. On a 9, you increase their result by 1 category. So that is a mixed success. So now, Paul, you have 1 hold to spend on any of those questions on investigate a quarry. And in this case, your quarry is whoever made the Cortex bomb.
Sure, I shall note that down.
And you can ask me that question now if you like, or we can come back around again and you can ask me it later.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Okay, cool. I just need to write one investigate. Okay, and now on to Hella herself. Is there anything you'd like to do with your downtime, Hella?
Yeah, I think I'd like to investigate one of these potential bounties we have.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were leaning towards Toric Malar last time, rather than the super dangerous war criminal. But
Hey, you went for a super dangerous, different kind of war criminal last time. So.
We did indeed. Yeah, I think I want to check him out.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I don't need to specify the questions in advance, right?
No, you don't. No. So just roll your thing, you know?
Yeah, and that's with sharp, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So 12.
So 12, nice. So you get to ask 2 questions about investigating a quarry.
Yeah, that's too many tabs. Too confused. Okay. Investigate quarry, yes. What might complicate things?
So you already knew that there's no guild agreement with the corporation, so bounty hunters are not licensed to operate there. Weaponry is not allowed on the decks of the Canto Star of the and you already know that some low-level cartel members might decide to take it out of your hands and go. The other thing that might complicate it is that Tariq Malar's probably hired a bodyguard.
Yeah, that's a problem. Think what are their weaknesses?
Their weaknesses is they really believe that their luck will carry them through. They have stolen from the Hutt cartel, and they immediately went with all their winnings, and then went to a gambling place where they are pretty openly gambling, resting on gambling on the idea that they will win a big enough payout. By the time they have to leave the Canto Star, they can buy their way out of anything. So, you know, one might say he's an idiot.
That is a weakness.
Yes. Yeah. But specifically a greedy idiot, you know? Yeah. Okay. And then on to tags.
I've got a few creds to my name, believe it or not. It feels good. But I think that the drive I'm going to define for tags is to try to get, and I did name the club. It's called Pebbles because it's on the rock, right? Fun.
Pebbles, nice.
Pebbles, the club. I think right now her drive is to find a way out from under the Hutt cartel, like get Pebbles slid away from the Hutt cartel. So get out from under.
Out from under the Hutt cartel.
Under the Hutt cartel, yeah. So that's her drive to hunt bounties, and I think I'm going to spend a cred training because that's always a good idea. She's going to let that speeder bike go for now. How much would it cost? Yeah, I'm going to get some estimates. How much should it cost to get a new speeder bike?
A new speeder bike? I would say 3 for a basic crappy one.
Okay.
You know?
And that was the one she like started with and then paid to get the crappy tag taken off and then lost it all together. That's great though. It was a good ending for it, the speeder bike. Okay, good to know. 3 creds is a little too rich for her blood.
And it also sets up some dynamic between you and your crewmate who lost it, right? Like, depending on how much you want to go into that, but yeah.
Oh yeah. I think Tags is like put up one of the posters of a speeder bike that she's going to get to replace the one that's broken, and it's where hell I could tell. Can see.
Yeah, just keeps leaving magazines open at the right punch and things like that. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of these custom? Like, what do you think of this paint job, Helen? Like, for my new. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think I'm going to keep one in reserve. It is expensive. I'm going to have to take a few hunts. Yeah, if only I could just mod the one I had, but that's okay. I think, I'm just going to keep one cred in reserve for later because I always need it and do a little bit of training.
Okay.
Sounds good for me.
Cool. So back around again to Quake for the drive. What specifically, frame the scene for me.
Yeah, I thought about what you said in our conversation about standing up and claiming that I actually stole the thing. Now, I'm not a good liar. I would need some help here. So I would like to ask Tags if she sort of wanted to help me with that, because I think it's a good plan, but I can't sell it on my own.
Oh, yes, this is great. I love lying to help people. Quake, I'm all about this. We can do it. Yes, I'm helping you for sure. And I think Tags will come up with like a 2-person con for them,
Yeah. So I just thought you'd basically walk up to me and where people can hear it, ask me if I did that, and I'll deny it, of course, but I'm a bad liar. And I think I can badly lie so that people tell that I'm trying to lie and not doing it. That's confusing. Is that a good plan?
I
think it's a good plan.
We can make it work.
So maybe in Pebbles on opening night, perhaps we flash back to that opening night where you had all that fun and everything, and sat around the bar where Whittaker and other shady members of the station are all within ear's reach of you, and very loudly, I guess, Tags is going to go, "You stole what from Pandit Morg?"
And Tags is drunk when she does this, of course.
And Quake is like, "What? No, I didn't. I did not. Don't. I should never have told you." No, he's like, "I should never have told you that." And looks around like, "Just anybody hearing us?" Which hopefully they are.
Would you like to make me a manipulate someone roll? And we've established that Tags is in a position to help you out if you don't make it.
Okay. Manipulate someone. I mean, I roll that with tough usually, but I feel that this time it's got to be with charm because that's what charm is for. And
yes,
I don't want to have I don't want to have some stat that I never use just because it's bad.
I know it's not explicitly said in the role, but like further, I always interpret it to mean like you've got to be bloody intense. It's all about your intensity kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas badly lying is not being intense at all.
No, it's not. It's not. See how that goes. Well, yeah, I need help. As I said, I need help.
I will help you. I am so happy to help. I think Tags tries really hard to sell it. Like she pulls some of, you said that you did this, and she throws out details. She's making stuff up off the cuff, but she's also probably a little bit of method here, so she might be a little drunk, but she's confident in her abilities. So what do you think? Can I lean on charm here to help?
Oh yeah, definitely charm is the right one here.
Sweet. Boop boop. $10, baby.
Which I believe is a full success according to Call for Age, right? Is that right? No,
So-
no, it's just you don't
No, it just
suffer any
pushes it up a level.
consequences.
Yeah, pushes
just
it up a
pushes
level.
up a level, yeah. Okay, so you push it up, and you don't share in any consequences of this mixed success on this manipulate someone. And now they'll believe it if you do something. They'll believe it, but only if you do something to show that you mean it. So I think you're gonna have to say perhaps something that
Yeah.
only the person who stole it and Pandit Morg in theory
Yeah.
know what was stolen, right? So you have to publicly
Yeah,
say I
yeah.
think stolen for
Oh
it to,
yeah, okay, I will.
Yeah.
I need to sell it. So I say, look, tags, we don't talk about the stuff holocron that loudly, okay? And maybe I'm a little drunk too.
Nice. And of course, that guy with the long, like plague doctor-y style thing that we see on Tatooine is stood in the corner of the room and goes, runs off to the corner onto a comm link. And there we go. So word is going to get back to Black Sun and Pandit Morg that Quake is boasting. It's not boasting, but is badly denying that they've stolen a Sith holocron from this crime lord. And before we take our first break, I will just circle back around to Paul and ask, do you want to ask that question for Investigator Quarry now about your Cortex bomb?
Yeah, let's go for it. So where was the Cortex bomb made?
Where was the Cortex bomb made? Do you have any suggestions? Or should I put it to the table?
Doesn't really fit well with I doubt it's going to be made on the Canto Star, that's for sure. Some sort of outer rim world, because yeah.
Well, why don't we make it a bit more general, so that rather than a specific place kind of thing, and we could have it as where was the Cortex bomb made, as in like who made it. And I think in this case it would be more interesting for it not to be an Imperial made thing, right? Because you're a deniable asset.
Yeah.
I mean,
could fit in well with the second bounty on there. Give me some time to build up some other things.
Yeah, it was made by New Republic intelligence, by the Rebel Alliance, as it was.
Cool.
Yeah. So that chunk of code spits out a whole bunch of like data and things, and Hela, you notice that if you were to translate this code back into this binary, into Barshay, into Arabesh, you would see. Does that say uncle? Interesting. I should add uncle to the NPCs and bounty board, actually. Oh, there he is. Yeah, mysterious. I did try and look up a like man in the shadow, like deep throat style thing, but I'm gonna level with you guys. Do not Google deep throat images. It's a bad idea. Anyways, so that is our downtime. That is our thing. Let's take a 10-minute break. Yeah, just come back just past. Welcome back. So, well, we come to the bounty. Does anyone have any feelings about what? Well, you know what, we can do this in character. On the beauty, what is it you want to go for? There's these two on the board, or like I say, we can do the opening session move again, and we can just come up with a whole new one together as a crowdsourced hunt, essentially. So I will go around the table, and if you just put forward your pitch for what you want, and then we'll circle around and see what sort of consensus is built. So Sabine, if you'd like to lead off.
I mean, yeah, we've got 2 bounties on the board, and of the 2 of them, I guess Toric Mailer looks more interesting. But a casino? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it could make you a lot of money at the casino if you play your cards right.
I'm not a huge gambler, so no, I'll probably just lose my money there.
Okay. So is that a vote for what's it a vote for?
Yeah, I think I'll leave that to maybe whatever the kids want, right? Whatever the kids want is fine.
Come on, Kark, or get off the recycler.
Thank you, Paul. I was looking forward to that one. Yeah. Okay. So that brings me on to 3DO. What does 3DO?
Limbic Fen.
Lishback Fen.
Lishback Fen. Why can't things just be, simple 3-letter like Bob, John? Lishback Fen, but on intelligence gathered, and Toric Mailer would be the sensible choice from a logical perspective.
So that's a vote for Toric Mailer. Okay.
Yeah.
And Andish?
Yeah, I think both. I think it would be interesting to do a bounty where we can't fight as much. In character, Hela is a bit spooked after all the crazy near-death violence from the last mission. So, and she wouldn't say so, but she would prefer somewhere where they're less likely to get shot. So, but I prefer that one, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Well, we'll take
but
it.
I vote for that. My vote is for that one.
Yeah. Thank you. Unless anyone explicitly says as such, we'll always take it as read that you're okay with anything because we're all gauntlet players, and but I appreciate it. So that's 2 votes for Toric Mailer. Now, Tags, what do you want to do?
I want to go to the casino.
Nice. Well then, I like that. Quake says, I just want what the kids to do. 3DO comes in with the logically, Toric Mailer would be the optimal choice, even though assassination will be difficult within the casino environment. And then Hela's like, well, I don't want to go after another war criminal. Last time was dangerous. And then Tags is just Sabak.
Who cares? It's just gamble.
Okay.
Got creds burning a hole in my pockets.
Let me just bring up the keeper part for this then, and the notes for the scenario. Just give me 1 second. I renamed the bounty. I need to stop renaming my scenarios and then forgetting what I've renamed them to so I can find them when I search.
Oh, Will, speaking of renaming stuff, is it okay if I move Moff Arkham, like the done ones, down so that the stuff rises to the top that we can look at? Okay, I'm going to do that.
You do whatever you want. You know me, I just hate fiddling with the Excel sheet too much.
Okay, done.
Yeah, I can honestly say that if it wasn't for Rich,
we wouldn't even have an NPC board.
You wouldn't even have an NPC board.
You wouldn't even have pictures. You'd just be like, words. And I'd be like, I can't imagine your words. Speaking of pictures, I found, I thought, hey, maybe the elusive man from Mass Effect could be your picture for Uncle, because it's kind of a silhouette. So I dropped.
That's perfect. That's exactly perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. It seems I only got halfway through renaming. Well, most of the way through renaming this. bounty. There we go.
Well, that's a great question. Did we kill Askar the Bloody, or did he get away?
I mean, who knows? He fell off a bridge on fire.
Oh, right. He fell off a bridge on fire. He's obviously coming back. Okay.
No, I mean he's obviously dead, right? Like that's how this works. You don't
Our
see the
characters
body.
think he's dead, but this is Star Wars. We obviously know he's coming back. Awesome.
Yes.
I mean, if Tax's bike is dead after falling from the bridge, then I'm sure he's dead too.
Totally makes sense. That is logic. Let's present this scenario to 3DO and see what he says. If he says it's logical that he's dead, then obviously
There is 99.8% chance he is dead.
So you're saying there's a chance. Good.
So he made it off with your speeder bike, Tax. I'm pretty sure of it.
Oh, if he arrives on my speeder bike, I'm gonna have mixed feelings.
That's the way the world works.
The only reason I survived was I could cobble together this crashed speeder bike.
I
He did.
melded myself with the speeder bike.
I'm more machine than man now. Yes. He did demonstrate the ability to leap seemingly inhuman distance without the aid of any technology. So make of that what your characters can make of that what they will as well. Okay, so the house always wins. The Canto Star. The Canto Star that is now on the tab. Everything on the tab is acceptable for your eyes because it is all sort of top level stuff that you would know from the second that you arrived on the Canto Star. Now the thing with the Canto Star is it's going to cost you 1 cred just to even to have the ship possible.
One cred for the crew?
For the whole crew, yeah.
Okay.
It's basically docking fees. You can basically either park your ship in kind of like a parking lot where you'll hopefully get it back when the Canto Star returns, or you can rent a berth in their hangar for 1 cred.
Yeah, I'll pay a cred for that. We want to be able to leave quickly in case things go as they usually do.
There is a pool of 4 already in the ship's pool.
Oh,
But-
okay. Then I'll save mine. I have lots of cred, but
Yeah,
No.
I just wanted to put it out there, just because that seems to me what that pool is for. Ultimately, at the end of the day, is for group purchases and upkeep and things. Yeah.
yeah, and I think I put 1 or 2 in the
hmm
first session.
And so you got your berth secured. The Canto Star is coming through the edge of a corporate space near the rock. Now is a perfect chance to get on board. Is there any prep or things that you want to do before you dock with the ship?
I have one question. Can I keep my armor when we get in there, or is that not something they would want?
It's
Does
frowned
it?
upon. It's not strictly
Okay.
you would have to make a case and earn it essentially, or this is the corporate sector.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I get it. It's
Mhm.
part of my religion. That is, yeah, I remember that one. And that was a good one.
Ever
I
since
will-
that
I will
Jaren guy came
repaint
through
it
here,
a
everyone's
little,
using that
just so it
excuse.
doesn't. Yes, well, just so it doesn't look like it doesn't totally fit it. Just so it looks kind of not like clone trooper armor. It's not white or anything. It's just painted in friendly shades of gray and black, and looks very serious and professional and things like that. Right.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
non-threatening. Maybe a little hint of light blue, so it looks more non-threatening.
You've paid. Sorry,
maybe
Anders.
we could rig it to look like it has a life support system. And no, I need to have this to like put some tubes and blinking lights on it. And
Yes.
sort of thing?
Yeah, I like that. That is a good suggestion, huh? I like that.
Roll me use tech.
Will you do that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because we did alter the use tech to have a more specific Star Warsy stuff rather than just
so
general
much better.
magic.
So much better. That's
'Cause
all
before
will.
you, thank you. Use tech is used to just be the use magic move for months of the week, and now it has add, remove, or alter a tag from a piece of gear. So I suppose what you'll be adding the tag here is disguised. You know,
Or not, because I rolled a 5.
Maybe I can help you. I mean, it's my armor after all.
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
I will. I mean,
I'm imagining that as you bringing out a thing and then Quake. Oh, not that part. Don't you know the clone armor model? Blah blah blah. Like, yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Maybe you
very
don't
good
need
at
this part.
I'm not very good at using tech, but it's my armor after all, so. Better than charm. Yep, it's an 8. So I know my armor.
What's the glitch?
I love it.
You have to
That
choose the
was-
glitch, Anders, I'm afraid. As the
Yeah, I had to find the list. I kind of feel, I mean, immediate unwelcome attention, that's kind of automatic because it's armor.
but no, that's just attention. Unwelcome attention is a different story entirely.
Yeah. I mean, weekend feels sort of bad, but it's the most.
And I could. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
make a
unless you have a
suggestion?
suggestion, please.
Maybe it I can't take it off without destroying that. What
You never
you
take
did,
your
I
armor off
can't just
anyways.
take it
So-
off without. I do take my armor off on the occasion. I mean, I have to. Okay.
You're probably
I
not
feel
gonna
that's
take
a
it off
don't
in
throw
there.
me into the
I
briar
never
patch
take my armor off,
situation,
and
isn't
it's,
it? You know, like, please don't throw
yeah,
me in the briar
yeah.
patch.
Weakened doesn't have to mean
Yeah.
the armor is weakened. It could be a
true.
weak, like it wouldn't stand up. The disguise wouldn't just stand up under strict scrutiny. So if somebody important came to
Yeah.
look at it, or if they
Yeah,
ran the
that's-
right, that could be a weakened.
Yeah.
That makes sense because it's not actually the life support. It's not actually plugged into her or to him in any way. So
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's just superficial.
I'm going to take weakened as kind of like, effectively, it's almost like of short duration, but it's more of a contextual duration, you know, rather than just like you're halfway through a conversation and the glue wears off and drops to the ground and you're like, oops.
Oh my
okay.
heart, I will die now.
Oh man, you know, I've been using this A4 pad for like the last 6 months of games or whatever, and I don't use it much, but it's already filling up, and I'm realizing that I should have grabbed a fresh one rather than now I'm writing on the back of my old notes. Anyway, so what is it that it looks like? It's like a life. So you're kind of like that whole Bosk kind of style. Not Bosk. who am I
Maybe
thinking
it's like Iron Man,
Finger.
right? Like you have to have this thing because.
Oh,
Sorry.
is that the thing took shrapnel in the chest during the Clone Wars? Need yeah.
Yeah, probably some tubes with colored liquid going through them just to make it seem like it's recycling something.
Oh, it looks like supposed to look like Bacta, but really it's just colored water, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, nice. Sweet. So
Might be more artistic than it needs to be.
yes. Okay, so we got weakened down with disguise on Quake. Tags. So you've taken the bounty, right? Latero gives it all to you, gives you guys the chit and the tracker and everything. And as you're getting ready to leave the rock, you know, you hear down the corridor, Pebbles. I like the name, Tags.
Oh, thanks, Jorgo. I thought rock, pebbles, rock. Why not? Right? Okay, chip off the old
Rock. I like it.
Thanks.
You could go far with that kind of sense. I hear you're going out, though.
Yeah, girl's got to pay the bills.
Indeed. Pay the bills. Everyone needs to pay their debts. Mela has to pay his debt to the cartel.
I thought you'd like that. I thought
Yeah.
you'd like that.
Now, I don't know how much that old salt told you, but we have an interest with Mela. An interest that would do well if you were to look after our interests. We'd look after yours. That's how this works, you understand?
I know.
Here. And he hands you a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Do this where everyone can see. Contains a small disruptor unit within. You get close to Malar. You show him what happens to people who mess with the cartel, who take our money.
Just so I'm clear, does this shoot out or do I try to put it on him?
It's interesting.
Sorry, Tags would ask that question because she's like, I don't want to like try to shoot him and disintegrate myself.
I like the idea of it, putting it on him.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone, you put it on him, everyone will know the cartel did this. Everyone will know that we can find you anywhere you run, anywhere you go.
I'm a bounty hunter, not an assassin.
And he puts one big heavy arm around your shoulders as he like sort of like force walks you towards the hangar doors. And he says, "You're none of those things first, Tags. You're one of our friends. Friends do favors for other friends. Just ask the Itorian who used to own Pebbles."
God. Okay, Jorgo. Okay, I understand.
Big pat on the side of the face,
Oh.
Maybe leaving a little bit of slime on there.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Like,
I can see that. And she
Yeah.
doesn't wipe it off while he's looking.
Yeah.
And I think there's a moment where she walks ahead, and once she thinks she's out of sight of Jorgo, her shoulders just slump like, oh, this weight that she carries. But before she steps onto the bright beauty, just throws it off and don't want them to know that this sucks.
Around the corner, as you see Hella waving to you on the ramp, right? Smile comes up, and we screen wipe away from that thing. So you have disruptor concealed, and you know what a disruptor is, but just for the benefit of anyone else who doesn't, disruptors are essentially disintegration weapons, highly illegal. Very messy way. I think it's pretty much what Din Djarin uses, though, isn't he? He has a disruptor rifle, I think. Which, now that I think about it, I'm like, how does he get away with that everywhere he goes? But anyways,
It's part of his religion. Come on.
it's part of his religion. Yeah. Okay. So, any more scenes before we get on to the Canto Star? Nope. Rito?
I don't think Tags is gonna tell Quake. Like she's just kind of sitting on this ring and thinking about it, and probably playing with that little, haft of some kind of. It's a broken lightsaber. It doesn't work, but
Oh yeah, a little haft of a broken lightsaber. Yeah. I think for something to trigger with that, it needs to be a bit more.
Right. Yeah.
Actively
She needs to
dominant,
grab it. Yeah. It's just, I just want to remind everybody that she has it and she's brought it along.
For those who weren't attending, Paul, Tags they went on a bounty where it was basically, you know, Belloc from Indiana Jones, the bad guy, like the Imperial version of that, went into a Sith temple, found a lightsaber, picked it up, and then immediately became possessed by the spirit of an old Sith Lord that went about raising the dead and killing everybody. And Quake broke the lightsaber and kicked it off into the trees. And as they were leaving the jungle, Tag stumbled across something shiny in the forest and picked it up and put it in a backpack. Can't
Does
possibly go
somebody
wrong there.
notice Tags playing around with that? Sorry.
She doesn't do it when anybody's around.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I like that. And I think it's, you know, the scene is of like, almost like subconsciously you slip it, you know, like as though something compels you to hide it away from people.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe Hela could turn into a set of headphones, then it'd be "Kill him, Terrell."
Yeah. Okay. The Kanto Star is a luxury liner. It is very, very fancy. It's a luxury gambling cruiser that travels around all of this corporate sector authority. It takes on VIP passengers from across the galaxy. It has complex legal arrangements that ensure that it has a legal sovereignty on its thing of anywhere it goes in every sector that it travels. The money buys huge amounts of security and safety for the biggest players. But what I want you to kind of imagine is that this is a kind of like Las Vegas in space, you know, like the lower levels of the tables are shady and a bit scummy and ratty, and the further up you go in the game, the nicer and nicer it gets, right? And you know, it's the corporate sector, so it may appear to be very like above board and everything, but it's probably venal as hell the whole way through and corrupt. And so you dock, and you are greeted by Kodrug, I need to change that to Kodrug, otherwise I'm just going to stumble over it every time I say it. Kodrug. This is the problem with using fantasy name generators, is you should say them out loud before you put them into a keeper.
Or they should provide the phonetics.
I mean, that's a bit, yeah. You are greeted in and, you know, welcome to the Kanto Star. During your stay here, please note the following terms and conditions. Guests are not allowed to wear, if you bring any weaponry, blasters, knives, shivs, lightsabers, disintegrators, thermal detonators, grenades, concussive weapons, sonic weapons, poisons, gases, noxious taxes, razor blades, blah, 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 blah. Trails off, goes on and on and on and on into the room. Armor, personal armor is not allowed. And, you know, you have a guy in, you have a droid, one of those droids greets you as you leave the thing, little like security droid waves you on, and he puts up a hand as Quake comes out and goes, Roger, Roger, this is not, your armor is not allowed on the gambling floor.
It's not armor, it's a life support system.
Proceed. If you need any medical assistance, it is available for the low, low cost of 3 credits on the medical bay.
Yeah, I've got all the medical assistance I need. Thank you.
Have a nice day, and may the odds ever be in your favor. And yeah, so you can basically the Kanto Star is has a big open, like magnificent hall along the upper deck. Most of the ship is given over to this casino, and it's if you look on the thing, there is the Corellian Spike Sabot custom move on that tab. You can place your bet. There is also, you know, there are suites and hotels rooms for luxury guests, VIP guests here. You're assumed to be staying on your ship since you paid for the docking fee. But you know, what do you go? As you enter the main hall of the casino, you can see lots of people gambling and talking, and at the tables playing sabacc, playing different games. You know, there's betting on Terrace Cassie matches that are being projected on holograms. and you can see another large hut, Kodruk, who is the pit boss, and he has this cane and a nice. He's probably the cleanest, smartest looking hut that you've ever seen. You know. And what's the plan of action?
Could we actually have a flashback scene to us on the ship where we're discussing a plan? Because this all seems, let's just dive in and 4 people go off in odd directions.
So take it away. I am going to mute myself and stop my video, but this is just free chat for you guys to talk. I trust you all not to talk over each other. You know, I'm just going to finish off my piece of toast while you do this. So double whammy, Paul. Thank you.
Based on what's gone on so far, I could talk in character, but it'll take way too long. Based on what characters have already done, I would suggest that our most person-on-person character somehow ends up in a game with this guy, Toric Malar. Maybe our person also needs some life support. They've also suffered. That would be a way in for both the medic, who is already on life support, and the face person. I plan to disassemble myself down because I've got hide in plain sight. So maybe I'm some sort of like box or life support thing that somebody sits on. Yeah, that's my in. Clearly, Hela, if we could get some weapons in Hela, that would be of some kind of benefit. That's my sort of base plan. You know, I'll put it out there. If people don't like it, let's not run with it. Come up with something else.
I don't
like the idea of
think
just sorry, go ahead.
I don't think 3DO would need to disassemble unless that's something you really want to go for, because a droid could be like a servant or something. It could be like but
I'd like to use the move,
yeah,
and it
cool.
seems free anyway. Yeah, I'm thinking that sort of scene in Iron Man 2 where he shoves his hand in the box and suddenly his armor comes out. So I really want this sort of emerging scene from the box.
Yeah.
So maybe on top of the box is a coat that provides the nice sort of soft thing for somebody to sit on. Into my trench coat. Life support on their armor. Maybe they could be the doctor for our sort of face person. You know, some sort of mining accident, some sort of gas inhale has caused these two people to be semi-injured or whatever. Yeah, that's just my sort of in. You know, I haven't come up with a way to get everybody in, but you know, that sounds plausible to me. Or we could just and see what goes on when we're there. You know,
how do we take care of the bodyguard? I mean, we know he has one, right? We don't know who it is. I feel that we might. I like the idea of our face. Looking at tags, I presume that's you, tags, as it usually is.
Involves gambling.
I think Hela has a pretty great face, but if you guys want me to be the face, that's fine.
I'm hopefully that Hela could also do some skullduggery with my blaster or something and sort of disguise it, possibly. So maybe we could use the pit boss. I mean, I don't think we could just walk up to...
I just want to get everyone's attention back to, no one's rolled any investigate or quarry moves. No one's tried to read a situation. No one knows where Toric Malar is or how you'll get to him. We're coming up with a lot of solutions. And me and Rich have
Yeah.
talked about it in the past, is that no one rolls investigate a quarry when it comes to actually.
Thank you for
finding
pointing it out. Like,
Yeah.
maybe we should do that
Yeah.
and then make a plan, and then we. By the way, Paul, it's pretty low on the moves list, but there is
And then make a plan.
so we can. Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
get ourselves a bonus.
Yeah, I
I mean-
think we should read situations and investigate before we make a plan, because having a nice plan with a complicated moving parts when we don't even know where our target is, how he's guarded, what he's doing. Do we really want to get engaged with this guy on the gambling tale, which might be easier? So let's just recon before we make a plan, right? I mean, we can take you apart 3DO if you want that, and push you around in the box. That is not a problem.
I certainly think that the plans that 3DO laid out there are totally going to be useful later on. I just wanted to stop you before you got a bit carried away into the running out into the casino loaded with guns and everything, and then be like, right, where is the guy? We have lost Paul, I think, to the internet, so I'm not sure how much of that he got.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. So I was just saying, I like all the plans, useful. Stick a pin in it for now. We'll do some. We'll see about investigations. Of course, people can do prep when it comes round, but I'm gonna go with Anders, because I rarely pick the people in the middle of the character keeper to go first, because it's just hard to keep track of. So Anders, what's Hella's move here as you're in the first part of the getting a lay of the land, hunting? Like, I really want Bounty of the Week to feel like you're hunting, which I think is sometimes missed from the actual show itself,
Yeah. I think she's looking around. She's talking to. Sorry, I got lost there. I think she's trying to spot who the big rollers are, because this guy seems like he would be trying to make a big move at the table, and look for someone who looks like a bodyguard, because we know he has a bodyguard. So trying to and maybe ask some of the staff, serving staff, like where
one or the other, I think.
Yeah, cool. I'll just look around, because I'm not good at talking to people.
Well, that can be an investigator quarry move.
Cool.
So as you get the lay of the land, you put some chips down as Kodrug. There we go, Kodrug. Forgot to edit his name again. Stupid. Kodrug, as you come in, gives you the usual spiel to all of you and the other visiting people as they come in, at the start of the gambling day on the Canto Star. And he's like, welcome, one and all, to the Canto Star. Luxury, fine, play your luck with Lady Sabak. You too could make the Kessel run in less than 5 things in a ship that you win here. Everyone knows, play your cards right, and the galaxy is yours. And then as soon as the spotlight's off, you just see him be like disdainful of the rest of you. So roll me that investigate inquiry.
Yeah. The 9. That's one question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, where does the trail lead next? Seems like a good question here, then, if we want to find out where he is.
Kodrug, as part of his, his presentation, says, gambling on all the tables here is open to everyone. Simply play your credits. But for those with more, our private suites, and he points to the here we have the Pearl Lounge, and you points up, and above you, like the Senate in the the Republic, they are like repulsor pods that move around. And these are basically tables that like detach and move around, and everybody in like, so like the high VIP, the high rollers are essentially suspended above the main deck of the casino. And that's where the big roller games are. And you can make a reasonable deduction that a guy who stole lots of money from the Hook cartel has got a big stake to put onto the table, right? So the trail leads up to the VIP tables, which requires 5 credit stakes per person to get on there. You have to chuck 5 credits on the table just to get into the game. Which I will mark on. The house always wins.
I forgot to mention, I think Hela, because her usual clothes would make her stick out, so I think she's leaning into that, and she's got this long, like flowing coat on, like a fur coat, that she partly just to make sure she sticks out in a more ostentatious way than just looking like a frontier scout or something.
Well, I think that's a good call. We have to find out what the others are wearing as well now, for sure. So Hela, though, I have to ask, that armor of yours.
Yeah, I don't have that on.
You don't have
I'm
that
not
on.
going to try to disguise it.
Fair enough.
This is supposed to be a safe bounty. We won't run any trouble here, I'm sure.
Yeah, tags. Well, we'll cut over to tags as Heather gets the lay of the land and knows that Torek Malar is probably in the VIP tables.
I think Tags is embracing her species, the expectations others have of her species. She's not wearing her armor. I think she asked Quake, like, do you think a riot gun is not really a weapon? Because it's just stun, right?
I think they won't let you, but try it.
Okay. So she's gonna try to bring the riot gun. See if she can like strip it down and make it look like a cane. It's not gonna
use tech.
Oh, sweet. I will use tech. My tech is -1. This is gonna be awesome. Yeah. Wow, that's a 9.
Okay.
I'll add the tag of disguised. And I think the glitch is that a problematic side effect.
Now, my inclination is not to tell you what that side effect is now.
Oh, that's fine.
And to tell you when it goes off. But
tell me when it goes off.
Yeah.
I think that's delightful.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 1 hold on a problematic side effect.
Do use it well.
Yeah. 1 hold on a problematic side effect. Yeah, you go through. And do we see perhaps a certain ring on a finger?
How
are you bringing that in?
No.
How are you bringing,
she's
how
got
are you
it.
taking
She's
that
got
in?
it on a chain.
Oh, nice.
And she's wearing like Twi'lek garb, right? Gauzy skirt that is slit up the side to show lots and lots of leg, and just a slave Leia top. It's about it. Very, very, very scantily clad.
Nice. I'm imagining kind of you got multiple like chains, sort of, so
yeah,
it's kind of lost in that. Yeah. Very nice. So we know what Tags was doing with the time to get on it was stripping down this riot gun and changing it into a cane, is what I understand. So like
she makes it little like a pimp cane kind of deal.
Yeah. I mean, you fit right in the gauzy ostentatious, ridiculous people who are on the lower decks. You know, the hoi polloi. 3DO.
I would like to plug in to a data port and try and gain access to the repulsor craft controls.
To the repulsor pod controls. I think that getting access to the repulsor pod controls is more than a one-roll use tech, though, because I think it's trying to get into the secure area for it. You can do that, though. You are a droid. People tend to overlook droids. Yeah, it must be said.
Well, okay. Let's then gain access to the secure area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's notch it down. Instead of getting control of the pods, let's get control of the air, or let's gain access to the area where the pods are controlled.
Okay. Well, there is a secure area. You know, it's I'm gonna say it's probably, where would it be? I think you see the pit boss you know, go back onto a little like turbo lift that's in the middle, like on a podium, and he goes up and he speaks to some droids, cuffs one of them round the head, and then they go back into like a wall that goes like seamlessly. So based on what you go now, that's the main floor entrance into the you know, like the pit boss room, essentially, right? To get in there, it's either going to require bluffing your way in or sneaking your way in, maintaining your cover as you go in, which would probably be an act under pressure roll, I think.
Yeah. So, what is that? The investigation, or can I roll tech to try and sort of defeat the lock?
You can roll tech to try and defeat the lock. Yeah.
Yeah. 8.
An 8. What's the glitch?
It'll set off alarms.
Okay.
As in when I decide to use it to go in there,
okay.
it will be alerted.
So I'm going to say that you've cloned the code cylinder of like one of these droids, you know, like,
yeah.
So you now have access to the door. My pad is filled with things to hold over you, which is a good place to be in. I'm not as good at Lowell at putting things in the hard move shelf, I'll admit. Anyways, now over to Quake.
Yeah, I think I would like to, figure out where to get a weapon if I need one. Right? Just look at I mean, they will have security forces, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe see where they are, what they are doing, figure out some of that, because that's what I'm good at, right? I'm not trying to chat them up or anything.
Read a bad situation, perhaps? As in, what's my best way into weaponry?
Yep.
Essentially.
Yep.
Okay.
That's okay. What I roll it with sharp, right?
Mm-hmm.
See how that goes. It's falling. That's a 9. It's fine. It's good. So, read a bad situation. No harm, boring. There you go. Yeah, maybe I'll use what's most vulnerable to me, and as in where can I get these weapons easiest, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one because the droids that you see going around are mostly armed with stun weaponry, non-lethal stuff, very low level stuff that wouldn't damage the droids if it was to be used against them, you know. But you know that in the secure area there is the confiscated weaponry of others. You know, other people who tried to bring it on.
But the stun thingies that the droids have, are they built in, or can we take them off? Those droids.
They can definitely be wrenched off from the the attachments that, those that are attached can be snapped off in dramatic fashion as needed, because it's Star Wars, right?
Okay.
And robots are only of human strength most of the time. So
Yeah, it's true. Cool.
okay. So it's let me just add another note for the security of it. As a confiscated weaponry, droids have stun weapons. Tags.
Mhm.
As you come in, there is, I didn't add them to the keeper, so I can't do my usual trick of just unhiding them. You're looking in a Bothan approaches your black, Bothan with black fur. And he has a friend with him who is no, I keep opening the same image again. Apologies.
It's okay.
Yes, where is he? He has a Blotopian. I don't know why I wrote that and then didn't put an image next to it. Never mind. You don't see that. You just see the Bothan. I'm going to ignore my notes entirely and get rid of that character. I apologize for the mental glitch there. But
No
anyways,
worries.
you see this Bothan, and he says, welcome. What's a pretty thing like you doing here?
Oh, I've heard so much about this place. Between employers, you might say, and I was hoping to find someone who would be interested in employing me.
Oh, I'm sure we could. My organization could always find a use for you.
What's your organization? You can call me Tags.
And
Oh shit! No, she'd use her Twi'lek name, Tigrilla.
Tigrilla. Oh, that's the first time we've heard Tags' Twi'lek name, isn't it? Tigrilla.
Mm-hmm. I've dropped it in her name in the name section on
Nice.
Bounty Hunters.
I'm Mestrak. I represent an organization that has, interests all over the galaxy, from the deepest levels of Coruscant to Nalhutta and Corellia, all across. And you notice that he has this rather nice ring on his finger.
Oh.
And he looks over at you and says, I think you might be aware of us.
Oh, sweet. So he's like, does it look like the ring that I've got around my neck?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Perhaps I do. I'm here for a particular task.
Oh, me too. So much to be won on the gambling tables, yes?
So much.
And further up, there's always a price to be paid, of course, when one gambles.
There is a price to be paid.
Who do you think's going to take the stake out of the two of us?
She moves a little closer and kind of runs her fingers over a little bit of his fur. I guess we're in a race. I don't like losing races.
We can always win the pot together. I can share.
I'm not very good at sharing.
Oh, I'm not interested in the creds. I play for bigger purpose, bigger stakes. They'd all be yours. But
Okay.
what about your pretty friend over there? I saw you coming in. And she points at Hella, who is, leaning up against the bar with a drink, staring across the room like,
oh, we've been made. Son of a gun. Tags. That's my techie. She can slice into anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Those pods, maybe.
Yeah.
The security systems, the cameras. But you know this has to be done. Does she know?
No. She's just helping me. She doesn't know what needs to be done. I'll take that on myself.
And he smiles and you see the glint of his teeth and he says, I think we can play well together.
I'd like to use this opportunity to investigate a quarry because he seems to know a bit about our lovely Torek Malar, our good friend. So,
I forgot to say, he introduces himself as Mestrak.
oh, nice. That's a cool name.
Yeah, welcome to the Bothan name generator.
Ooh, I even like the way it's spelled. That's cool. All right, I'm going to roll plus sharp. Oh, I just realized that when I put the modifier in for my use tech, it came in as a +1. So it didn't have an effect. I just want to state out loud that I gave myself a +1. It was supposed to be a -1 because when you hit a minus, it often disappears from the roller.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I screwed that up, but it just meant I got a 7 instead of a 9. So if
don't worry about it. We trust you to be honest, Rich.
Yep.
Paul, different story. No.
But I do have a 1 in sharp, so I will roll and get a 9. Son of a... I really want a second question.
If you're gonna call for aid,
I'm calling for aid from Hela. I think it's like one of those. I've got a comm unit with like a little a earpiece that comes over my ear cone, right? Because
do you? I don't remember you paying for that.
Oh, that's true. Okay. All right. Sorry. Other game. All right, sweet. So I'm asking for help from Hela. I'll glance over her way. Maybe she needs to come over and chat it up.
If you want to pay for it in the flashback, that's fine.
I got 1 cred. I want to gamble. Shut up. Stop tempting me with things that's in my 1 lonely cred. I shouldn't have trained so much. Damn it.
You know, you're kind of asking me to roll with charm here.
I am.
Well, I think the fictional positioning of this is almost as in like leading Mesterak over to the bar area, right? Where
yeah, that's
Hela
good. I
is.
like that.
Yeah, seems more naturalistic than
totally. Yeah. She just like takes his arm. Bothans are short, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, he is tall for a Botham, but he is still quite short. It's like a lanky Botham.
He's short for a stormtrooper.
Short for a stormtrooper, tall for a Botham. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I take his arm and lead him over to Hela Vane, and she can help.
I think now I'm trying to position this so that I can roll with something other than charm, which feels.
And here's the deal: I either get 1 more question or I get an XP. There's no bad choice with your.
Oh right, I should take an XP for my miss. I forget. No, I got. Sorry, never mind.
There's been no misses rolled this game. Everyone's always.
And we just keep handing hold and yeah.
Yeah.
But I rolled terribly, but I got help, right?
Yes, yeah. Everyone's got help.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, excellent. Hela looks this Bothan up and down, kind of cool like, and why are you dragging this guy over here?
It seems your lovely friend here, Tagrilla. And have you ever heard Tag's Twi'lek name before?
I don't know, have I?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
And he smiles and he's like he owns, Tagrilla. They've got something going on here. You know what I mean? Like he looks knowingly at her and said, the beautiful Tagrilla here was just, going to buy me a drink and introduce me to one of her lovely friends. Apparently you can get into anything.
I don't know who that lovely friend is. They are holding out on me, but yeah, we need something sliced. I can do it.
Oh,
Ew.
I need something sliced, and I need someone more than sliced, if you follow my drift. However it gets done, there's credits for you and your friend.
Yeah, well, if the price is right. I think I'm rolling with charm here anyway. So-
Yeah.
And that's a 5.
Yes.
Do I get XP for that?
I
No?
think so. Yeah, I think we both
Yeah,
get
you both
XP,
get
right?
XP for that. You both get
Oh,
XP for that,
oh.
and it becomes a myth, so there's no more questions to ask and investigate a quarry.
Unless you want to be mean and tell me, ask a question and prepare for the worst, there are no questions. That's true.
Yeah. And he's going to say, we're both looking for the Deveronian. We're all here for him. We work together. We get this done. You walk away with the creds. I walk away with the rep. It's all works out. The house wins. And then you see a flash on another table. A Deveronian steps out of a refresher booth, dresses himself off.
Mm.
And he says, well, I'll let you two take the first room. Yes. And he raises, he picks up Hella's drink, sips it, and leans back on the bar and nods over at the Deveronian. And that's where we'll cut. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. 5-minute break, guys, and then we'll get
Perfect.
through it. So Deveronian going across the room. Pan across to Quake and 3DO, who have made a successful casing of the security room and how to get in and know the weapons and everything in there. You too see this Deveronian going across, and you see, across all of these rooms. So, let's actually ask Tags, do you go after this Deveronian?
Just so I'm not assuming that is him, that's our target. I'm going to go up and find out.
So. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely go try to chat with him. Yes,
yeah.
I'm headed that way. Unless a PC wants me to beg off, then she'll come up with a reason to think better of it.
Okay.
And one question: what the both what exactly was the deal that he was proposing?
He'll kill Torek Malar. He'll help. You keep the credits. He'll take he doesn't care as long as Torek Malar dies, basically.
Okay.
He's not going to get in your way, but he is there. He will position himself. If he kills Torek Malar, you'll still get the credits. So you can leave it up to him to do it. But he didn't say that out loud, but definitely Hella has certainly got the gist of that from their interaction, right? And Tags seems to be pretty cool with that from the looks of things.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, Tags, you go across.
Yep.
And he turns around and he blinks and he smiles with those pointy teeth and he says, well, hello, precious.
Hi. This is my first time here. You look like a high roller.
Oh yes, the highest roller, the highest.
I'm Tigrilla. Who are you?
Charmed. Oh, Someone very important.
Really?
But oh yes, someone.
Do you work here?
Oh, here? No, I work for important people. Important people with secrets. But shh. People may be looking for me, sweet thing.
Oh,
We shouldn't talk too
why would
loudly.
they look for you? She leans in
Oh.
closer so they can talk more quietly.
Because sometimes the most tempting offers are the ones that you can't tell anyone about.
Ooh. Who are you really?
Why don't we play a game of Sabbath?
Okay. That's the one with the math, right?
Oh yes.
She giggles.
I wouldn't normally play on these lower tables, but I can lower my standards if you can raise yours.
She lets us slide over and giggles and like it's so funny.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to roll the
Let's do it.
uh-huh?
I'm gonna suck at this because isn't it basically a flat roll? Do you have to
It's
buy in just to even make the roll, or is it
You do. It's one credit stake on these lower tables.
okay? 1 credit stake. Place your bet +1 per credit. So
Mhm.
does that mean I'm rolling flat just to get in, or does that mean +1 per credit? So I'm spending a credit, so I
You
get
can
a plus
spend
1.
extra credit to get more. It's essentially it's like in in other games when you can bid and you don't lose anything. In this one,
Mhm.
you can bid and you get those credits back. So
Okay.
you'll bet one, and if you win, you'll win that back and gain an extra one.
Okay. This sounds great. I think it's a fantastic idea. I'm wholly in favor of this. And I got an XP.
You lose your bet and your call. And he laughs. And he's gonna take the droid, like the dealer and everything, like slides the chips over to him, and he's gonna glint his teeth at you and holding the credits and say, well, it's I couldn't take from such a sweet thing. And he slides the credits back over to you. But you can see I'm a pretty big deal. Yeah. And I could be anybody you wanted me to be, to Gorilla. And you are strongly, of the impression that he is Torek Malar.
Okay. Cool.
I guess that's the hard move against you, is that you are pretty convinced that this is Torek Malar, and your beauty has lured him down from the VIP tables to do whatever.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Yeah, that's good. I'm feeling good. I did great. Sorry.
Let's cut over to the others. Tags vanished. You sort of lost track of her in this, in the crowd of people. She went off with the Deveronian. Is that the target? Who knows? Quake 3DO.
I'd like to consolidate this with a make a plan move.
Nice.
So we actually do have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Yeah. We have to identify the correct target before we do, but yeah, sure, let's make a plan. I like it.
The information that you're going off is what Hella had already identified, that Torek Malar is probably on the VIP tables. So the plan would involve getting to the VIP tables, which is as simple as just spending 5 credits.
Or get the VIP tables to come to us.
Or get the VIP tables to come to you using the things that you've already gone, which will whoop, 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 and certain things, as it goes off. But yeah.
So how do we want to deal with this? Do we want to just drag this table down and go all in? Like no subtlety at all?
That is awesome betting reference there, Quake. Awesome betting reference. Let's go all in. So let me get this straight. So we described it a bit as the sort of Imperial Senate, all these floating tables, hoi polloi down the bottom, rising up in the middle is like an air traffic control tower. Is that where this sort of like control room is?
Yeah, it's like the booth in Guardians of the Galaxy in the middle of the prison,
Ooh,
you know,
nice.
but fancier
Yeah.
and with gilded and neon lights and stuff all over it, like so that it kind of blends in with the rest of the gaudiness of this casino.
So getting at the bottom, go up, set off the alarm. When we're up there, grab some contraband weapons. One of us controls the repulsor things, pulls it to the fishbowl, basically, smash a window, do him over.
So the plan is you breach the security thing, you pull him in, you pull the pod that contains Tarek Malar in directly into the security room, and you grab him from there.
I feel that is a terrible plan. Because
come up with a better one.
I mean, breaching the security thing might be a good idea, so we can get in there. But truth is, I fear we will encounter a lot of resistance. So maybe we steal one of the contraband weapons, and I'm pretty confident they will have a sniper rifle. And then we try to get up there and through maintenance and then just take punch up.
Do I actually know that once I get in there, though, that an alarm will be raised, or is that hidden?
You don't know that the alarm will go off just for accessing it, but you do know that if you drag a pod down into the middle of the room, then that would your original plan would certainly have set off the alarms. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other
from the bottom.
On the other hand, I think we can maybe swing getting someone up there, right, and getting close to him. That's your original plan.
You've got 3 creds in the ship pool.
Yeah,
that can go. Just needs an extra 2 creds to buy your way onto the VIP tables.
I still got a cred left.
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
if we don't get that money back, then we're pretty much doing this job for free, which
Hey, it's gambling, right?
That's why I suggest we pull the pod to us.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, but
inside the security room,
probably costs us our life
inside
because they have security here.
I would say, just to put it out there, you could also make it look like one of you has already bought your way onto the table. It won't hold up for the actual game, but it will get you up there, and you could just be like, "Oh, I just like to watch for this round. I'm going to sit out this hand or whatever."
I feel that's a better plan. Get someone in there, and because if he has some sort of protection, if he has some kind of jetpack or something, no. I feel that, and I don't want to fight my way out of this casino because they have a lot of droids, and I fought my way out of a lot of droids before, but it doesn't always work that well, and we would be trapped inside the tower because we don't have jetpacks.
So I would,
but we've got a pod coming to us. We could always just pilot the pod out, and plus we've got a lot of deadly weaponry up there, as the droids are only armed with stun.
What do the other 2 think?
What does Hella think? Because Tags thinks that she's got the target in sight. I also want to just clarify, everybody's now is on board with you're going to kill Tarek Malar rather than take him as a bounty.
Dead or alive, they're all the same to me.
I feel like trying to lure him down could be a better way, maybe. Try to, I don't know, mess with his ship or something like that would make him go down, preferably to an isolated area where we're not in the middle of the floor.
Security systems sets the fictional positioning for you to be able to do all that. It will have that complication of the alarm. I'll just put it out there. I'm not thinking of the alarm as like the whole thing goes off. If you don't do a big whole thing goes off, it'll be more like, "Excuse me, sir," tap on the shoulder, like a complication, like just to not have you think it'll immediately go to nuclear level the second that's used. You know what I mean? So like you could use that to lure him out to somewhere. You know, find
Because I
his
feel- yeah, sorry.
just find his hotel room, pinging Mr. Mailer, come to the hotel room, you know.
Yeah, because doing anything at the like in the casino itself, that's going to get very messy very fast. Whether we kill him or try to grab him, it's going to bring everything down on us, and that's the sort of thing that they're prepared for. But if we can get him to go with us or go to a place where we already are, where there isn't a lot of security, or at least not as much security, then that.
So this feels like Hella's pitch is 3DO and Quake saying, you know, we need to get up there. 3DO is like, we drag the pod down, execute the target with an extreme prejudice immediately. And Quake is like, no, we get a sniper rifle from there and we find a position and take him out from there. And you're like, no, go somewhere else quiet.
I like Hella's plan a lot better. And I would modify it by, well, we could tell him that there are people after him and we can protect him. I can't sell that, but somebody might.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
also has the advantage of being true.
Okay, so Hella, this is make a plan, right? And this is being sneaky, I think. Is that the one lying basically to people? If it's about talking, persuading, manipulating, or lying, you use charm. Your best roll. Where's that scruffy nerf herder?
Let's see, -1.
It is +1 supported by plenty of resources and people.
Okay.
I think it's +1 based on accurate current information in terms of what Torek Malar might be worried about, what you're offering there, and what you've got going on with the security systems and everything. There is not significant opposition that would interfere with the plan as yet, but I think that there is dissent about what plan to follow, even though you've come round to it, and also with one of your party currently, you know, holding a hand with maybe a ring inside it on this Deveronian's finger. Yeah. So
yeah, I had already made the roll. I forgot to wait for the modifiers.
That's okay. So it's a +1 overall.
So that puts me at a 7.
7. You know, the thing goes, you get into the systems. You know, I'm imagining 3DO kind of, you know, like the eyes glaze over and then like, and then up on a table somewhere we cut to this Deveronian who's sat back with a big cigar, and there's a figure stood next to his over his shoulder that you don't quite see, just like from the waist down, wearing armor. And he stubs out the cigar as a little red light starts beeping on his wrist. And then we cut to him walking down the corridors to wherever it is that you have persuaded him to be. Yes. And I think that the unexpected difficulty, because your party is already splintered at this point, is that as he walks down the corridor with his bodyguard in tow, a squad of like two or three security droids go chink, 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 chink down the corridor as well. You know, holding like a little kind of like sensor that's going like, beep, 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 beep.
Roger, where did the hack go? My traces the signal this way.
So where is it in particular that you've lured him?
I think my preference would be his ship in the hangar, because that probably makes it easier for us to get to our ship.
So you're going to meet him like outside of his ship, and then
yeah.
And we will just see, you know, and I'm just going to cut over to you aloud into the ship as he gets there, and he says, you have an interesting proposition for me. I'm always open for new bids on my table. And you see that flanking him It looks like a Guavian death gang member stood over his shoulder.
What's that?
You've heard tags moan about these Guavian death gangs. They're always causing troubles, you know, they get into slavery and things like that. They're bad kind of criminals. They're not like the Hook Cartel, you know, they haven't got a code, not like the cartel, got no honor. And he says, this is my associate, Mr. Killian. He will be making sure everyone behaves. And you just see Killian go like, yeah, you better behave.
Does he
Says,
have a weapon?
and he says, wait, yeah, and he you're on the ship on thingy ship, right? And he, as he says that, you better behave. Well, no, if you think, has he got a weapon? Why don't you read a bad situation, Quake, because you're going on board?
Yeah, okay. I do that with sharp, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, I can't read a switch for my life today.
It's completely unarmed.
Okay, good.
Yeah. With this in mind, because you're not on the casino floor, you are in the hangar, you could take weaponry that you could conceivably conceal. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to be big on whatever. But he looks over at you, Quake, and he says, interesting life support there. You must have taken some injuries in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. I did get my heart and lung lacerated in the Battle of Cressidia.
Yeah, I've seen a few people stitched up that way after I'm done with them. And he leads on. And
Don't rise to the bait.
As he presses the thing and the hatch, the ship goes down, you know, like the ramp goes up and you guys are led on board to a private, luxurious, like Dejaric table and Sabak table and things that he's got in there.
I would like to have called out to tags that we got him when they arrived, that we got him. We're in the hangar. I don't know what you're doing. It's probably important, but you might want to drop by.
With what?
Oh, we don't have our comms. Damn it.
Because you could cheat with the comms, right?
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that. Damn it.
Tags.
Yeah. So I'm with a Trandoshan who.
No, you're the Deveronian.
Deveron. I don't know. Trandoshan on the brain. Deveronian, who I'm convinced is the guy.
Yeah. And you look around. Your crew's not there.
I mean, what I'm about to do is probably
raises a glass to you and nods.
Oh, God, this sounds like Rich's brain. I think Tags thinks, oh, this is great. I can take out the guy and none of them have to know and we all get paid. So I think
I have a daughter around your age.
You do?
Hmm.
I think Deveronian females are so lovely. What's her name?
Rich. I asked the DM the name of a character that he's just come up with on the spot.
Why do I do that? Because there is a names and species helper with Deveronians on it. So no pity.
Oxbell.
Oxbell. And then she's gonna say Oxbell Malar?
You mean no, my daughter, not that Kata.
You're not Torik Malar?
I work for Beshtek.
I've never even heard of Beshtek. What is it?
And you take Oh, well, it's a very important company, and I'm a very important man inside of this very important company. And you could be
Oh, that's
very important
wonderful.
too.
And she like reaches up and strokes his ear and then says, I need to go visit the little Twi'lek's room. And she's just gonna sashay away and she's done with him. She's
Yeah.
totally pulling a fade at this point.
Where are the others?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find them. Where's my party?
Yeah. On board the last gamble, Torek Malar's ship. You know, you make your pitch, right, to Torek Malar about how there are, so, you know, he sits you down and the Guavian Deft Ganger, the problem when I introduce NPCs that I know as in my head as the Guavian Def Gang member, but not their name, Val Killian, sits, you know, stands at the edge of the room with his arms crossed, right? And Torek Malar goes, by all means, sit, my friend, sit, have a nice, you know, have a drink. We could play some sabacc, we could do some things, but first. And then Val Killian reaches like into a side compartment on the ship, like pops it open and pulls out this massive, heavy, mean-looking blaster rifle. And he says, but first, you tell me why your life support system's not hooked up.
Oh, damn it. Is he close enough to grab the gun?
He's they, you know, put you all like on the sort of like this sort of luxury, you know, imagine like a gaudy gangster's kind of like pimped up limo kind of thing. It's nasty and tacky, and they've sort of like put you over on one side as he stands on the other side of the room. So he's close enough that you can make a jump over the table and dive, because of course that's everything in Star Wars should be at dramatic range from each other, you know.
Do I want to do this, or do I want to lie? Come on, I'm not that good at lying. I'm looking over at Hella if she has any bright suggestions.
I'm going to look over at 3DO.
Or bright suggestions that are non-violent. I would look to Hella.
I was going to go with Exterminate Extreme Prejudice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just, I think Quake looks over at Hella and Hella looks back at Quake, and then I'm going to cut to 3DO because I just want to see what the droid does in this situation, you know?
Yeah, I will leap over the table because I love blasters and I want that heavy blaster.
So I think you're in between Hella and Quake as well, right? Because it's funnier that way. Is it like, what? Huh? Comes across the table. Like, so you're going to kick some, take them down? Roll plus tough?
Guavian Death Ganger. So it's plus tough, is it?
Yes, yeah.
Let me treble check my. Oh, that's good.
It's +2. You are really good at tough. The constructed, the droid is very good at tough.
Is it rolling? It seems really slow.
Yes, they rolled a 10, so you can take an extra choice from the menu.
Okay, let's do extra damage. And by my very nature, I do another extra damage. So, nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm unarmed. So, yeah, I think sort of like spiked, you know, one of those data ports. Mine's sort of a heavy spike sort of thing. So,
you have energy blast as a part of your body. It's one of your weapons.
Oh, so that couldn't be removed then?
No.
No.
If you'd, yeah, it would have been. I didn't think to look even because I just assumed that you'd leave your blast pistol, but it's something that you could take with you onto the ship. You know what I mean? Like because you went, you went back out to the ship.
Would have left the blaster. I mean, it makes sense to leave the blaster. Yeah, if this is a sort of like an inbuilt EMP type, but yeah, it does sort of damage. Yeah, let's go for that.
It's 2 harm close animating force. I think we need to look back at that animating force and work out what that means, Rich. It hadn't occurred to me.
So 2
Yeah.
damage base, +1 because I'm nasty,
Mhm.
and then plus another 1 because is that the outcome of a 10 plus?
If you choose the extra harm, yeah. So you deal more
I mean,
harm.
how
so
many
that's
picks
4.
from that list? How many picks from that list do I get?
Just the 1.
Well, +1 damage then. Let's have that.
Yeah. I think you're gonna rise up from the table, and he's just gonna boom unload like directly into you, right, with that gun, because he had it trained on you. And his gun does 3 damage, so you're gonna take 3 damage. It's whatever armor you've got, it does negate 1 of that. So you take 2.
Okay, so 2 damage. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
And boom, it slams into your chest, but you're strong and tough, and then you blast him right across the room with your energy blast, and he goes just slamming back into it. And Torek Malar,
At that point, I will engage in a bit of what we called clone wrestling last time.
You're gonna
I want,
go
want
after
to-
Torek Malar.
I want to immobilize him, basically, yes.
You're gonna have to chase him down with an act under pressure as he turns in his heel and flees
Oh
straight out of the
no,
room.
act under pressure. That is so bad. But I will just do the normal act under pressure. I don't feel like giving you any hold. Not right now. It's an 8, so
That's an 8. You catch up with him, like at the top of the ramp, and you grab him, and you do the clone jitsu, and take him down. And as he's like, help!
You there, Roger. What are you doing to one of our guests? Get off him.
3 security droids in the come up on the thing. Tags, we cut over to you as your, what do you do? How have you handled this? I imagine you sort of went looking for your teammates, didn't see them anywhere, then tried to go back to the hangars, right, to sort of see if they were at the ship.
That sounds good. Yeah,
yeah.
if you don't mind, that is what tags would probably do.
Yeah. I feel like, as much as I'm like, leave it open to people, we should also just do where you should be dramatically interesting places, right, rather than off in a cupboard somewhere.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, you come around into the hangar bay, and you see these 3 security droids going on like,
Something must have hacked our systems. I'm reading an old assassin droid protocol. Oh, we should be warned.
and you're like, and then you hear the screams and the things from the other side of the hangar bay, as you're stood underneath it. You're still only carrying the stuff that you got from the thing, right? And you see Quake, you see these 3 droids there, and then you hear behind your ear, "You got cold feet, my dear."
If that is the Bothan, I punch him.
You punch him, you turn around. Okay, I'm just gonna say you do that. He's fucking down.
Shut up.
You've got
work.
your cane. You've got your cane. I forgot about your cane.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I'm gonna start like yeah, I'll just stun him.
Oh, you're gonna stun him. Okay, cool.
Wait, okay, so we have the Bothan, and
Then
then
you can see the 3 droids
3 droids
holding
and-
the guns on a Quake, and like the whole.
Oh, well, ignore the Bothan then. Blah, 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 blah. I'm firing it. That gotta help my.
Okay,
Gotta help my
kick some chefs.
Quake. Oh, right.
Take him down.
Yeah, I want to take him down for sure. And my tough is, if I remember, not great. Oh, that's right. I took an advance a bit ago, and so it's actually a 1. Or am I trying to protect Quake?
Depends. How do you feel about it?
I'm trying to protect Quake.
You're trying to protect Quake. Okay, yeah.
It's same stat, but I'm more important. It's more important for me to protect Quake, so I'm doing that. Wow, that is a 13.
As a 13. Wow. Okay, so what's your
Wow.
extra choice? Wow.
So protect someone. Where is it?
In
I think I've slipped past it twice. Okay, 10 plus. I am all impending danger is now focused on me, and I think I'll say, You're gonna earn my friendship now.
Okay, right gun is 3 harm, close, stun, loud. So
I don't even know if that hurts a droid. Just putting it out there. May
I'm
just
gonna-
annoy them. I don't know. It's up to you.
I am gonna take that the riot gun is not like the stun blasts that we see in like the blaster rifles and things. That the riot gun is more like a concussive kind of stunning force, you know, like
Okay.
more like boom, like a sonic cannon almost, you know.
Oh, that was dope. All right, I'm gonna put that note in just so I.
Sort of like a force push.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of.
if it was
Yeah,
a Jedi.
exactly. Yeah. So you know, poof, one of those droids goes skittering off down the thing. The other two like stumble backwards. And you're right, gonna. Well, it wasn't meant to be like this. Tags wasn't meant to be in a pimp cane form. So as you lever it up back again, right? Leather sticks. And it's very, 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 very hot. Very hot indeed.
Drop
And
because
boom, the side of it explodes. Your riot gun is now damaged, and you are going to take 3 harm, close stun.
Whoa!
And that's that side effect coming in at you.
Wow! Dang, 300 is a lot.
It's stun. So it will. I know there's not a way to track that, but it will fade at the end of the session, essentially.
Cool.
You know, but basically, like that same concussive blast, like blows out of the back of the pipe. You know, the cane,
I think it
like,
just
it was
knocks
not
her
meant
to the
happen.
ground. Like it knocks her to the ground, and she's staring at the ceiling for a minute there.
Yeah, that's damage, not destroyed, by the way. I wasn't going to hit Stingy for the full cost on just the side effect. But when you said something as preposterous as turning your massive shotgun into a cane, I was like, yeah, okay. Cool. Back on the ship, Hela. Quake sprinted off after Torrent Malar. You hear shouting outside, an explosion. As you fight your way over this overturned Jarek table, 3DO is squaring off with a groggy Guavian Deathganger. What do you do, Hela?
I go after the target.
You come onto that view, you see what just happened. You arrive just as Tags blows herself back across the hangar bay, basically.
And what happened? Are the droids down or?
The droids are sort of down and disoriented, but they're, you know, you can see one of them is picking up the arm of another one and jamming it back into their socket. And one of them's hopping on one leg and going like,
You there, stop. This is a complete breach of Canto Star regulations.
I think Hela grabs, like she has this extravagant coat, and she pulls off what looked like a couple like decorations, and she it's like two big plate things. She screws them together and throws them as a iron charge on the droids with my preparedness. If that is something that
yeah. Something unusual or rare is a secret iron charge. It's unusual for sure.
Let's see how that goes. That's an 8.
That's an 8.
It's an 8 to have it. Yeah.
Yeah, you have it, but it's not perfect. A dangerous glitch.
Oof. Yeah, that's
it's overpowered.
Sorry?
Overpowered EMP iron charge.
Yeah, it's going to interfere with more than just the droids.
Mm-hmm. The droids blown up. I'm just gonna let you have that without a kick, take them down roll, right? Because the droids go down. You know, luckily shielded by the hull of the ship, 3DO is not affected by this. Neither is the Guavian's weapon. And if Tags had one, it would be, but she's just been blown up by it anyways. But I tell you what does go down. That nice flickering blue force field that keeps the vacuum out of the hangar.
So we've got that sort of like rushing air sound.
Yeah.
You know, debris flying. Excellent, lovely.
You see a droid from the other side of the hangar go out of the thing into space, screaming. Quake, your jujitsu skills have taken him down. Hela ran past you, threw something at these droids as you had him pinned, and now Tarek Malar, who was going, get off me, is going, don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go.
Yeah, I'll keep hold of him, I guess.
Okay.
We could. I see Tags was over there. Is she moving?
Tags has been kind of like sucked and banged up against like the side of your ship, let's say, just for ease of sake, you know. And she's sort of groggily, like she's caught on one of those chains that are around a neck, you know, a chain with a ring on it.
Well,
in fact.
I don't care about Tags and her jewelry choices right now. Hela's still there, right?
Hela is grabbing onto the ship, but you're all in that thing. But you three are there, yeah.
Okay. But the shield will keep in the air, right? So we won't be sucked out.
No, the shield's gone.
Oh, the shield's gone.
That's where that was the glitch was. The EMP took out that
damn,
blue force field that every Star Wars big ship has.
Okay, so I feel we should get to our ship now, right? So I grab this guy, and I think I'll try to athletic my way over to our ship because we got it. We need to go now.
Leave no one behind.
Well, I feel that 3DO can probably follow me, right?
Oh no, I mean the move, leave no one behind.
Oh, the move. Yes, I will use it. Sorry. Yes, I am awake. I'm terribly awake. Yes, I will use that one. Right, because it's in combat and we're trying to escape. So I will do that. And I rolled that with cool. No, I rolled that with sharp. Damn. Okay, I need to raise my sharp.
We'll always be trying to get you to roll moves that don't require your sweet spots, guys, because there's a real tendency to go for everything that's your best result.
I know.
You know?
And it's a 6. I need help here. Can somebody help? Maybe 3DO can help because he's still on the ship and
just 3DO, the Guavian Death Ganger raises his gun up and then slumps back because you did a shitload of damage to him. And as you can see that he's got armor, you know, but it's like he is. It was tough. It was nice one, droid.
Ha 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 ha! You're out.
And maybe I would imagine this is where 3DO goes. And now for the finishing touch, right? As an assassin droid, and then you hear 3DO, 3DO, come in, 3DO.
You know, just as my weapon is leveled on this guy's head, I'll pick up his, spin it, take it, maybe next time, Death Ganger, and go sprinting out to try and assist.
Okay, and I think
Quake.
that Quake was doing pretty well. Took a few steps. That droid, that clone armor, like probably ripping off this junky life support system that didn't really do anything. The rebreather coming down, perhaps, like the helmet being put on. It's Tarek Malar's though, flailing and panicking in the thing that just trips you up as you haul him across the deck. And so 3DO rushes out. What do you do? Yes. This will be the last roll, Rich, I think.
I'd like to assist. I don't need to breathe, so really just grab these two and sort of push them in the direction of our ship.
I think that's a plus tough for call for aid.
Yeah. Rolling 2d6. Oh, that's an awesome 11, 12, 13.
Nice. You bump it up. You don't share any of the downsides. So Quake, I'm assuming you're going to get them out and suffer some harm?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. You will take 2 harm AP, basically.
Okay.
And I think that's because that life support system actually got the life support system actually got in the way of your actual life support. So when you put your helmet down, it's just
Great.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But you drag everybody's unconscious bodies on board, and you know, like we cut to the Bright Beauty flying off with a groggy Tags, like slumped in the co-pilot seat, probably this time for once. Torek Malar bound up behind, and back on the last gamble, we see you know, as Tags like groggily comes to in the co-pilot seat, she looks out the cockpit and she just sees this battered looking Guavian Death Ganger going. And a very bedraggled Bothan crawling his way out from under the ship that he was hiding underneath during all of this. Yeah, and you've done it. You brought him in alive. You haven't killed him. You get 4 credits each.
Yes.
So if you just want to add 4 credits each, and we'll do bookkeeping at the end of the start of next session. We'll leave everything else the way that it was, or we'll trip each other up, I think.
Where are
My harm
Creds?
fell off though, right?
Your harm-
Creds
your
are
harm
on
will
row
fall off.
20.
Yeah, found it.
Your harm does fall off because it was
Okay,
just,
I just want to mark it
Yeah,
as
yeah.
falling off then. Good.
yeah. And yeah, let's call it there, guys. So, do you want to end the recording, Rich? Just so.
Yeah, I'll end the recording.